There's a large charter school named Basis looking to move into a small residential area in Castle Hills. The place that they've chosen is just not adequate for what they're trying to do. I'm all for them coming to Castle Hills, as many of our neighbors are, but they need to pick a location that's not going to basically impact old neighborhoods. They need to pick a location that's not going to impact the infrastructure of a small community. That's not what that's designed for. This is a residential neighborhood that sits on a two-lane street. They talk about, well, we're going to reroute traffic and we're going to do all that. Look at this road. I mean, you're talking about a two-lane road. How in anybody's mind can you think you can run 2,000 and 3,000 cars down this? Well, they talk about, well, we're going to block the road. Well, when you block the road, all the neighborhood behind it has to reroute their traffic. Why should we adjust for you when this is a residentially zoned area? We shouldn't have to.
Our concern is the location of the school would be problematic because it's on a lane, two-lane thoroughfare. It does not front on a major arterial, which is in this case Northwest Military. And because of that, how you handle all the traffic coming to and leaving from the school is problematic into the neighborhood in which we live.
When you add thousands of cars coming in and out of our neighborhood where it was never intended to be, and the streets are not designed for that, you're going to create a hazard, a dangerous hazard for the families that live there.
If somebody has a heart attack or a fire or something, will police and ambulance be able to get there because of all the new traffic on our street and Winston? Doesn't make any sense to us.
The only traffic impact analysis which we've been made aware of is partial in the sense it doesn't have a site impact analysis attached to it. So the traffic impact analysis only evaluates 4 intersections on major arterials in San Antonio. The intersection of South Winston Lane with Northwest Military Highway, intersection of Lock Hill Selma with Northwest Military Highway, the intersection of Northwest Military Highway with West Avenue, and West Castle Lane with West Avenue. They said in their analysis that the street that the school beyond South Winston and my street right next to it, West Castle Lane, do not even appear on the city of San Antonio's major maps because we're just tiny streets. We don't appear.
Just from the traffic that's already going up and down it, it's full of potholes. If you want to walk, you're taking your life in your hands. I'm really amazed at the amount of traffic that's already there just for a small little lane.
And usually we're having to move off into the ditch in order for 2 cars to pass.
And in our neighborhood itself, the streets and the layout of the overall thoroughfares, that there's not any way to really increase the capacity of roadways without dramatically impacting our neighborhood.
There's no bus service for them, so they're going to have to be brought by their parents, picked up by their parents. That's twice a day. So 900 students, let's say if 500 of them are picked up and dropped off by their parents, the neighborhood can't support that, not even hardly.
It's going to change the neighborhood. We have Antonian at one end, we have St. George at the end of West Castle, and now we're going to have Basis at the end of South Winston. We're going to have 3 schools at the end of one of the most rural areas in town, and we're just going to pile on with the traffic. It makes no sense. There's only one benefit to it, and it's to the school getting cheap property in a location that's acceptable to them, and that's just not a good enough reason.
Like the students, if they're trying to go or come from school, they may go into the residential neighborhoods because they don't have much choice. Maybe they won't have a way to egress to get back and forth from school.
People already do cut through from Winston onto West Castle Lane.
The matters that we're trying to raise here are not simply zoning matters. They are matters of public safety.
We're all pro things that grow the neighborhood. We're not anti-everything. Like it's easy to paint people that are saying no at the time, but we're saying no because it's a terrible idea.
There's plenty of great locations here. I hope that Basis comes to Castle Hills. Pick a location that's not going to impact the town. Pick a location that makes sense.